Mikaela Shiffrin wins 50th World Cup, youngest to hit milestone. Became the youngest alpine skier to reach 50 World Cup wins and tied a childhood idol for the career slalom victories record, prevailing in Courchevel, France on Saturday. Shiffrin won for the second straight day, for her fifth straight start and for the 14th time in 2018, extending her female World Cup record for 1 year. She beat Slovakian rival by 0.29 of a second over 2 runs, making up a 0.04 deficit on the last split, 16 seconds before the finish. A day after yelling at the finish line, out of character, Shiffrin was her quieter self on Saturday with a pair of subdued arm pumps while breathing heavily. "Physically, my energy is good," Shiffrin, who overcame a back injury and illness in recent weeks, said after having the fastest first run by 0.04 over Vlhova, but mentally waking up is a struggle. The 23-year-old supplanted all-time wins leader as the quickest to 50 victories by age, by 2 months. However, Stenmark reached 50 wins in 100 starts, while Shiffrin did it in 142 starts. Did it in 297, according to Olympic historian of the Ilimadmin. "I was trying as hard as I could not to focus on the 50 milestone today because it's so distracting to think about those numbers," Shiffrin said. "There's, like, a list of statistics and records that happened today, and I don't even know what they are. I'm not chasing these victories. I'm skiing freely." It's likely Shiffrin gets to 60 World Cup wins before February's World Championships. The next 5 races through January 8 are all giant slaloms or slaloms, Shiffrin's specialties. "I think she will beat all the records that you can beat," said Swede, who took slalom gold in Pyeongchang, when Shiffrin was shockingly 4th, and was 3rd on Saturday. Shiffrin now has 35 slalom wins, matching retired Austrian for the female record in that discipline. Shiffrin, who has 39 slalom wins if including head-to-head parallel events, still defers to Shield as the greatest female slalom skier ever. "She was the one who made it possible for me to ski slalom the way that I do," said Shiffrin, who as a teen studied video of Shield's technique and said last month that she still watches her old runs. "So I can't ever feel like, oh yeah, I took that record from her." The World Cup moves to Semmering, Austria, for a giant slalom and slalom next weekend, streaming live on. "I'm going to go hibernate for the next 4 days," Shiffrin joked. Japanese wrestler is off to a strong start in a bid to be the first person to earn individual gold medals at 5 Olympics. Icho, 34, won a national title after taking 2 years off after the Rio Games, beating fellow Olympic champion in Sunday's 57 kg final. A day earlier, Kawi handed Icho her first loss to a countrywoman in 17 years. This weekend's Emperor's Cup was the first event of a 2-pronged qualification for September's World Championships and is the first tournament with Olympic qualifying implications in Japan. "I felt a kind of nervous tension like I hadn't in a long time," Icho said of her second tournament back, according to Kyoto. "I still have room to grow, to improve, and now I want to take stock of the issues that arose with my performance today and make use of those lessons." Icho earned 58 kg gold in Rio, while Kawi, a decade younger, was the 63 kg champion. Kawi earned 59 kg and 60 kg world titles the last 2 years. The weight classes alter slightly for Tokyo 2020 with 57 kg and 62 kg divisions. Icho once held a 13-year win streak and owns 10 world championships. She is already the oldest female Olympic wrestling champion. Women's wrestling was added to the Olympic program in 2004, Icho's first games. By 2020, she will be older than any men's wrestling champion since Bulgarian in 1996. Icho is the lone woman to earn individual gold medals at 4 Olympics, joining a group of men including, and 2 more Olympic weightlifting medalists are in line to be stripped of their medals after retests of their London 2012 samples came back positive for banned substances. Ukrainian, 105 kg gold medalist, and Azerbaijan's, the 56 kg bronze medalist, were among 5 2012 Olympians banned. As was Uzbek, who was 4th in London and went on to earn 105 kg gold in Rio. Those 3 tested positive for dihydrochloromethyltestosterone, which falls under the anabolic androgenic steroids section of the World Anti-Doping Agency prohibited substances list. The IWF said the International Olympic Committee is now responsible for retroactively stripping results from the 2012 Olympics. There have been 56 doping positives in weightlifting between the 2008 and 2012 Olympics, counting retests done in recent years, according to Olympic historian of the Ilimadmin. In one event from 2012, 6 of the top 7 finishers were disqualified. After those cases emerged, the IOC reduced the size of the weightlifting competition for the 2020 Olympics. The new rules are a way of ensuring the countries most to blame for weightlifting's predicament pay the heaviest price. In April, the IWF published new rules which limit countries to one male and one female entry at the 2020 Olympics if they have had more than 20 doping cases in the sport since July 2008. That list of countries includes powers Russia and Iran. The new rules also force athletes to compete in at least 6 major events in the 18-month Olympic qualifying period. In the past, some lifters have barely competed ahead of the Olympics, leading to suspicions they were avoiding doping tests. Russia was banned entirely from weightlifting at the 2016 Olympics after the IWF ruled its team's persistent steroid use had tarnished the sport's image. 9 countries, including Russia and China, were barred from last year's World Championships because of doping.